Hello, this is Marcus. On this channel, I talk about Eldiron, my creator for classical CRPGs, both in 2D and 3D. If you are interested in retro CRPGs, give me a like and a subscribe, or even join my Patreon. Okay, so the latest version is out, version 0.91, and this is the first version of Eldiron with support of the new official rule set. So what is new? In the past, when you created a game, you had to define what kind of character attributes are there. Strength, wisdom, dexterity. You had to define per each character here for the orc, like all the attributes you wanted to have for him manually. And then you had to define what kind of weapons he has, and you had to define the weapons and how the weapons behave. So there was a huge setup work involved with all that, which actually is not really cool because you want to focus on the gameplay, not want to focus on every little technical detail of how much in my script, how much damage I deal with what kind of weapon. And so what I did, I created the basis and the start of an official rule set. The rule set defines everything: the races, the classes, the attributes, the crafting, the gathering, means of the boot professions, and how armor items, how they look on your avatars. I mean, it's a huge chunk of stuff in there, which is now the source of truth. So when you start an Eldiron game, you have the whole official rule set in there, so you don't have to do anything, but you can change it in any way, shape, or form you want. So that's the basic idea, is that you have a single source of truth for your interactions in your game, but that you can change them as you want, and that in the game you more define the behavior of characters. When do they attack somebody and how they behave? So this is the whole scripting, is the behavior which you do in your game, and all the statistics behind that, it comes from the official rule set. So here, for example, now you have only, when you do create a character, you can only say orc and the class is warrior, and that's it. All the weapons he has, all the how he looks, it all comes from the rule set. So I want to quickly go over the rule set, but also show you here in the hideout example game, there are now, you can lots of new things you can gather, you can craft items, you have spells. So I want to show that. But let's first quickly go over the rule set and what it defines. When you go to the rule set web page, you have here the eldiron.com rules. You have a overview of everything which is defined yet. So basically, I have two races, three classes, and various spells and progression and stuff, but it's not yet finished. I mean, the rule set will be finished when version 1 is released, because right now it's only for spells up to level 3. I mean, it was a lot of work integrating all that, but now that the basis is done, it will be easy to invent new spells and define the rule set up to a level 30 or something. So let me quickly go over the various points here. I just go quickly over it. When you want to closer look and exactly how everything works, have a look at the website. So for example, now the character sheet is fixed for the rule set, and it defines the strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, vitality. You have hit points, you have mana points, you have combat-related attributes for like resistance and the armor, which is basically also, some of it is also dependent on the primary stats. You have two races, the human and the orc, both with their own avatars. And that means the look, how they look, how the armor and items look on them visually in 2D and 3D. You have disposition and reputations. The humans are friendly to each other. The orcs are not friendly to the humans. You have factions. And how does it all work? And in how the script, in the script you can define, is that entity hostile, or what is the disposition of the entity? So this is all included. So the scripts and the rule set, of course, interact with each other. Then we have the three classes right now, the warrior, cleric, and ranger, each with their loadout of different attributes and what kind of weapons do they have and what kind of armor when they start. We have a citizen class, which is just an easy class for merchants and other NPCs where you just want to have a general behavior and don't want to have a focus, not focused on combat. Then you have the definitions of what kind of loadouts they have, the weapons. The primary attributes for the warrior are strength and vitality. And the level 2, he has a spell is a power strike. And you have the cleric. He has minor heal at level 1, and at level 2 he has holy light. You have the ranger with the wooden arrows, citizen, the professions from blacksmithing, tailor, herbalist, fletcher, innkeeper, and trainer. So this is something I have to talk about because it's a bit different. For this profession system works a bit like Ultima Online. That means it's a bit of a sandbox, meaning everybody can learn everything, but there is, of course, based on your primary stats and based on your profession, you are better or worse at a certain thing. When you have a ranger, he can be a better fletcher and create better quality items for a bow than cleric can do, just because he has better agility ratings and this kind of stuff. So this is the professions. I went a little bit different way than the combat rules, which are more like dice based, which could also be skill based. But I said I thought that for the combat rules, make it dice based, make it easier to digest and change. And on the professions, it's a bit more skill based, where you can progress. That also means that stuff like items, when you craft an item that has a certain kind of quality, depending on how good you are with your skills in that profession right now, which are also dependent then on your primary skills and so on. So these are the professions, the crafting skills which go along with it. Most of that are not implemented yet, like weaponsmithing and armor smithing. This comes up. Then we have the recipes. Right now we only have like 3 craftings. It's like the arrows and the hunting bow for the ranger and the blessed herb for the cleric, which consumes blessed herbs for his a minor heal. Then we have the intense, like in the old systems where you can have take, attack, use, which these are completely developed, programmable on your side. Then you have the dice-based combat skills, the weapons which are quite now in the system, and the armor and the clothing, which are right now in the system. And here I have to say that all armor and all weapons and everything in the rule set has its own icons for the inventory and for how you wear it, how it looks on your avatar. So that is also all included in the rule set. It's not only like the technical rules and the mathematics behind it, it's also the visual looks of everything. Then, of course, you can change it all. Again, you can assign icons, different icons to your different items or whatever. It's all changeable or configurable. Then the economy, we have copper, silver, gold. Each like 10 silver is 1 10 copper is 1 silver, and 100 copper is 1 gold. The ability in the spells which you right now support. The progression is hard-coded into, so you can change the numbers here to various, how much XP you need to progress. We have the visual defaults, which humans need a certain, the avatar, and where is the avatar defined. We also have an org avatar. And also another thing which is important is that actually we also have an integrated particle system. So if you have effects happening like the holy glow or holy bolt, fireburst, these are all presets for the particle system, both in 2D and 3D. And the rule set defines what kind of particle effect on the target happens when you cast a certain kind of spell. So this is also part of the rule set. Another thing is with the items, like the torch, it's they have states on, off, and if on, how long can it burn? So you see, there's much more to the rule set than you would actually think about in the first moment when you think about simple RPG rules. Okay, let's go back to Eldiron. Let's go and play it. And let's take a cleric. And let's start here. We have now a whole, this is the inventory. We have a hover effect which says the rule set based information about that, the quantity, the quality of the stuff, the condition. His mace here is a novice mace. It has a 100% quality. The trouser he wears, and the cleric vestments, the preview of the avatar. You have in the stats here the different statistics. This is all based on the screen, all configurable, of course, in Eldiron, how the screen should look like with its widgets. You have the taskbar here with this views and attack, but also a minor heal he can cast on himself, and gathering herbs, and the blessing herb, the spell to create blessed herbs, which he consumes for the minor heal. So if we go up now to the orc, he will probably kill us because I only have a level 1 here, and he's overpowering me, I think. So I attack the orc. He just killed me because he is way stronger, and I don't. Here the holy light is only available at level 2, so that would have been much easier. But what I can do now, okay, I can heal myself. You see, I have this particle effect here on the avatar, and again, you can change it to whatever. So we go again until we can kill the orb. So we killed each other at the same time. So I go back now. When you get killed, you always have by default an HP of 1. So let's heal again. Now we have the corpse is now a container. So you can everything you take is now drag and drop. This is also new. All interaction with on the environment, if it's 2D or 3D, it's all drag and drop based. You don't need the other stuff. Here is a node of white herbs, so we can use the gather herbs ability of the cleric to take the 2 herbs. It always shows up here in the message window, the feedback, and actually in the message window you also have now you can insert look at what you can text play it from here now too, from the messages. So this is also new. Actually have because Eldiron has a text interface where you can just text play it, but I I implemented that interface also here in the client. So you can optionally also have all the text play on top of your normal mouse-based text play here. So we can now bless these herbs, and then you create you crafted the blessed herb. You can do that again, and there you go. So we have the same here in for the Fletcher, for the Ranger. Here is a green wood node, so it means you can create wood, which you can fletch into arrows, or you can create a bow from. For the Ranger, that is. And one thing, you can overrule all rules. For example, here, as you saw, that it was a human avatar, but you can also assign a tile or another avatar. Or you can overrule all the default attributes for that character. For example, level, we can just say 2. We play again. We take the character again. And you see now we have the holy light available because we are level 2 already. And yeah, let's just use it on the actually. Okay, read me again. This is actually also you can actually use it as a distance-based spell. So this is one thing, is that you can select something and you can click on it. I mean, this is probably too far away for that you say can't do that, it's too far away. But you also, I got confused here a bit because sometimes we also have the directional with the cursor keys. So this is also something you have to choose in your game. I enabled everything here for this character that we have both directional, that means use, and then I press W on the keyboard and I use it north. And of course, you can't do that. And we can press use and click on him. And we can also use it via the I should have healed myself first. Okay, let's heal. And I healed myself for 10. And we can go again and try to kill him, which is actually, as an orc, is now quite tough. So it's not that easy for a cleric. When we start, and we would be the ranger, we start with 20 arrows and the bow. And when we attack also directional. That means we attack the orc from the distance. And it's a much easier way to kill him than the poor cleric has to do in the. But that's just realistic. The cleric is weaker and he has to work with what he has. Whereas the ranger, especially as a inverted for level 2, especially yes, he is a bit higher level already. So we're saying we can actually now we can gather feathers and we can gather wood from the nodes. We can craft arrows and we can craft a bow. And yeah, I think that's it for a short overview of the new Ruleset based Eldiron. I will, this 2D example is now a bit more worked out than the 3D example, which is because in another video I will explain that in 3D we have now completely new 3D editing and capabilities. So 3D on the rule set is the same basically, but I have to create a full example yet. The current 3D example is more based on multi-level navigation, go-to, scripting, because that's all new. For the next version, I will make sure the 3D be creating a proper dungeon or something with some 3D effects. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and yeah, see you in the next one.